yes. They shall sell us.
French big trust.
We will free Mexico from foreigners, but not by butchering them. Nino, I wish to see a telegram you have already sent.
I do not understand.
Among the telegrams you have sent today, there's one that interests me. You'll be good enough to get it.
But that is not permitted, senor.
In my case, you will make an exception, no? I would not try it, Nino. I do not wish to hurt you. Why, Carlos?
He pulled a gun on me.
Your quickness with the knife will be the death of you.
And the captain is pressing his luck.
See? You are marked for death by the knife. I'm sure of it. Here it is. Signed by the United States Ambassador to Mexico. To Mr. Frederick Thomas Kelly, Superintendent of Overland Stage Lines, Amity, Texas. It is requested that on April 12th you dispatch a stagecoach into Mexico. We're at the Hacienda. But first I have to get there, no? Gracias, amigo.
Let's see here. 6 hours and 27 minutes from Green River Station to Amity. Flip, we did it without punishing the horses. That's our schedule from now on.
So this is Amity, Texas. Yep. Of all the flea-bitten hog wallers I've been, I don't
think she's so bad once you get used to her.
I'd like to do that.
What'd you say?
Mr. Kelly, I think you're right. Now, this is a very interesting town. Well, I just can't wait to get all spruced up and have a look around.
The older man will be a Senor Kelly.
And the younger one?
They call him Flip. He is, how do you say, your pigeon. They will be at the hotel. You will meet him.
But, Porfirio, how does one go about meeting somebody in that manner? I don't think I'll be able to.
You're a woman. A beautiful woman. It will not be difficult. Is it too much to ask for Mexico?
For Mexico, no. Wish me luck.
Linda.
Mr. Kelly, Flip?
Oh, hi, Luke. We'll lay over here for a day, and then we'll take a time trial between Amity and El Paso. Any messages from the Home Office?
No, not from the Home Office. My telegram came for you about 4 days ago from Mexico City. It's inside on the desk.
Get us a couple of rooms at the hotel, Flip. I'll be along later.
Yes, sir.
I dream of Jeannie with a light brown hair, worn like a vapor in the summer.
You all right?
Well, certainly I'm all right.
You were yelling for help.
I was singing.
Oh. I don't know why it is, but you take almost any man with a voice that would frighten a timber wolf, put him in a bathtub, right away he thinks he's an opera singer.
What's that?
This is a telegram. It is requested that on April 12th, you do... it's tomorrow.
Mr. Kelly, you told me we'd lay over here for at least a day, and I plan to do some sightseeing. Matter of fact, I've already picked out several points of interest that I'd like to look over.
It is requested that on April 12th, you dispatch a stagecoach into Mexico, where at the Hacienda de las Petitas, you will take aboard a passenger to be transported to Washington, D.C. on a diplomatic mission of vital importance to both the United States and Mexico. It's signed by the ambassador to Mexico himself.
Mr. Kelly, you already told me I ought to get to know this town a little better.
This is an important assignment, Flip. And when it comes from the ambassador to Mexico, it's practically an order. Overland Stage Lines would be in a lot of trouble if we didn't cooperate fully with the United States government.
Not if you were there to talk them out of it. Why don't you get somebody else to drive? Well, Luke, for instance.
Flip, this is our patriotic duty. Besides, I need Luke here in Amity. Hacienda de las Petitas. By the map, that figures to be about 12 miles south of the border. Now, oh, by the way, Flip, do you know what Las Petitas means?
No, and I'm not particularly interested.
Well, you will be when I translate it for you. It means beautiful women.
Sure enough?
Yeah, Hacienda de las Petitas, the home of beautiful women.
Sure enough.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what you do. You get to bed bright and early, and we get an early start first thing tomorrow morning, huh?
No, sir. Early start or no early start, I'm going out on the town tonight. You think I would let this bath I'm taking go to waste?
Well, of course, I can't tell you what to do, Flip, but I think you ought to look your best when we get to the home of beautiful women.
So do I. That's why I'm going out tonight and do a little practicing. Hey, Kelly, I got soap in my eye. Have me a towel, Kelly. Kelly? Kelly! Oh, Kelly! Kelly! Oh, I got soap in the eyes. Hand me a towel, will you? Oh, thanks. Miss, you shouldn't be in here.
But as you can see, I am here.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be.
When I heard you calling for help. And soap in the eyes can be a very painful thing. No?
Sure it can. But this is a bathhouse, Senorita.
Very well. If my company is so displeasing to you, I shall leave.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. Why don't you and I meet somewhere later on?
Well, I really shouldn't.
Ah, come on.
All right. I will meet you at the east end of town. There is a tavern there that have wonderful Mexican food. And wine.
Good. I'll meet you there in an hour.
In an hour, senor.
And those Afros are real mean. They want to lift my hair, but I fooled them. Now, I stuck around and behind...
1,000 pardons, senor, but I got no chicken enchiladas.
Well, that's all right. Any enchiladas will do.
But no enchiladas, senor.
Oh. Well, you got tortillas.
Si.
You got hot sauce?
Si.
You got chicken?
Si, senor.
You got cheese?
Si.
You have onions?
I got an idea. I make chicken enchiladas.
Bueno. Now, why didn't I think of that?
Well, Senor Flip, you have had many interesting and dangerous experiences.
Yeah. Now that I've told you everything about myself, what about you?
Me? Oh, there is really very little to tell.
Oh, I'll bet there is. For instance, what's this all about?
All about, Senor?
I can't figure it out. You went to a lot of trouble to meet me. You just didn't happen to walk into that bathhouse. And anyone can see you're not the type of girl to go picking up strangers in bathhouses.
Thank you, Senor. But you are being too kind.
Estrelita, what do you want of me?
There is a purpose in my wanting to meet you, but not for myself, for Mexico. Throughout the evening, I have been debating the wisdom of asking your cooperation.
Cooperation in what?
To kidnap the passengers the stagecoach will pick up tomorrow.
Just a minute.
Senor, this is not a kidnapping in the true sense of the word. It is a political thing and of no concern to you. The passenger will not be harmed. That I promise.
Sorry, Estrelita. You're asking too much.
Even if we pay you $500 gold for your help?
$500 is a lot of money. And I'd sure like to get to know you a lot better. No thanks.
Oh, Porfirio. It is as I thought. Senor Flip is unreasonable.
That is regrettable, Estrellita, but we had to take the chance. Honor is a quality to be admired, senor. But it can sometimes prove embarrassing to its possessor, as well as others.
Who are you?
Porfirio Diaz at your service, senor.
If you're at my service, how come you got that gun pointed my way?
That's a necessary precaution. We are determined to intercept and abduct your passenger.
Couldn't you intercept him just as well before he gets to be our passenger?
Unfortunately, as I am persona non grata with the Mexican federal authorities, that presents some insurmountable difficulties. Since you refuse to cooperate, we shall have to devise other plans. And now that you know our intentions, I am forced to take you into, shall we say, protective custody.
The mistake I made was taking a bath.
Estrellita, you know your instructions. Meet us tomorrow at the rendezvous in Mexico.
Very well, Porfirio.
The horses are ready, Senor Diaz.
Bueno, on your feet, senor. Paco, take him to the horses.
Oh, I couldn't find him, huh?
No, he didn't sleep in his hotel room last night.
Well, I wouldn't worry it. Flip's pretty young. Time doesn't mean too much to young'uns.
No, that's not life, Flip. He has his wild moments, but I can usually depend on him when the chips are down.
Well, you try the calaboose.
That's the first place I tried. Well, he'll be along soon, but I can't wait any longer. I guess you better drive, Luke.
Well, I guess it wouldn't matter too much if we closed down a couple of days.
No.
We ain't got nothing coming in till Monday anyhow.
No, he'll be waiting for us when we get back. Let's go.
I would not try anything foolish, senor. It would grieve me to have to shoot you.
I can just see you crying about it.
You'll forgive me for having to serve beans for breakfast, but under these conditions.
They were filling.
When a man is hungry, most everything tastes good, huh? Including raw liver.
Raw liver?
Yes, I couldn't help but overhear the conversation you had with Estrellita last night. Among other things, you mentioned the eating of raw liver.
Oh, that. Raw buffalo liver. Keeps you from getting scurvy. I learned that when I lived with the Indians.
Most men, when they try to impress a beautiful lady, tend to exaggerate. I thought perhaps that you... The senor was telling a few white lies.
Maybe I did stretch the truth a little.
But all in the good cause, huh? You'd be good enough to kick some dirt on the fire. Now mount up. You could have escaped, senor.
Maybe I should have.
First, you endanger my life, and for that I should kill you. But then you saved me from being dragged to death. And for that, I'm grateful. One equals the other, amigo?
I reckon.
If you please. This time I'll mount first.
So this is your hideout.
See,
I figured you'd hide out somewhere in the hills.
that's exactly what the enemy thinks, which is why I chose this inn as our rendezvous.
And just who is the enemy?
The present government of Mexico and all of its law enforcement agencies. If you please, senor.
Oh, Porfirio. We were so worried about you. And now you brought a friend.
Yes, one can be a prisoner and a friend at the same time. Maria, we've not eaten since breakfast.
Of course, immediately.
Juan, ¿cómo estás?
Capitán.
Vino, por favor. You see, amigo, being a bandit does have its compensations. Wine, good food, and lovely companions.
Can also put a rope around your neck.
Yes, unfortunately, it can do that, too.
So you failed.
I did not fail. The plan did. The second one will succeed.
Why must we be burdened with prisoners? Prisoners have to be guarded, and that lessens our number by one.
I chose to take the senor prisoner. There was no alternative.
No alternative? Mi Capitan, maybe you would like me to,
You have a sick mind, Carlos. Yes. I'm sure you are marked.
Friendly cuss, ain't he?
You Americans have a most unusual way of describing things.
I have the feeling he'd rather slit my throat than eat a plate of frijoles.
Come in.
Your Highness, this is Monsieur Kelly. Princess Teresa, niece to Maximilian, Emperor of Mexico.
Miss O'Kelly, I saw your stagecoach arrive. We shall plan to leave at dawn tomorrow, if that is agreeable with you.
Of course. In view of the circumstances, no offense, Your Highness. I think I should be told what purpose my Concord is to be used for.
It is a diplomatic mission, Monsieur.
There is no harm in his knowing. Napoleon III of France, who placed my uncle on the throne as Emperor of Mexico, has recently withdrawn his support. I am going to the capital of your country, Washington, to plead for military aid for my uncle.
If our government fails us, Mexico will fall into the hands of Juarez, the puppet president.
And the life of my uncle will be endangered.
I see. No doubt you've heard of the Monroe Doctrine, which prohibits European interference in the affairs of countries of the American continent. In view of that, do you still think the government of the United States will help you?
Your ambassador to Mexico was skeptical too. But it is a chance I must take, however small. My uncle, Maximilian, is a fine man, a good man. Too good to see that he was being victimized by the greed of a European ruler. We are foreigners in this country. We should never have come here, never.
The princess is a woman. The armies of France will support us here.
I wouldn't bet on that. When President Johnson prohibited the use of foreign troops in this country, he meant it.
My escort of hussars will accompany you to as far as the border of your country.
Your Highness?
It's kind of warm in here. You're sure you're not drinking too much?
No.
Call.
Hey, Flushing Hearts.
You're pretty good at this game.
It's a sign of misspent youth. Wine, women, cards, not necessarily in that order.
If you're a bandit, why didn't you rob me?
Why should I? When I can win so much from playing cards with you. I do not believe you think I'm a bandit. No, senor?
No, I do not think you're a bandit. Your men may be, but not you.
You're very observant.
Diaz, your cards. There's something, but exactly what has got me guessing. What are you working toward, Diaz?
I'm a patriot. A soldier with Juarez.
What does that have to do with kidnapping our passenger?
She is on a diplomatic mission to your country. To ask aid of your government for Maximilian. It is my job to keep her from getting there.
Her?
Yes. Oh, and what a lovely creature she is. As you will discover.
Video. The stagecoach has arrived at the hacienda. Our man there said they will not leave tonight, but will leave in the morning.
Good. I dislike night work.
Buenas noches, Senor Flip.
Howdy, Estrelita. Been in any bathhouses lately?
I am pleased that you are not angry with me.
Why should I be? Mr. Kelly always told me never to trust a pretty girl any farther than you could throw a buffalo by its tail. Got nobody to blame but myself.
It was a thing of necessity, you understand.
Sure. But if I had to do it all over again, I guess I'd do it all over again.
Carlos, let go of me.
You and that Americano. You're getting too friendly with each other.
I do not belong to you. I do not belong to anybody. I do as I please.
¿Cuándo?
Por la mañana.
Muy bien.
Well, that does it. I'm between a rock and a hard place. I'm busted. Broke. No more dinero.
Oh. Well, that's no hardship. You need no money here. While you're here, your board and lodging are, how shall we say, on the house.
Música.
Sí.
pull a knife on me again and I'll lift your hair.
Thanks.
You're very charitable. If Carlos had won, he would have killed you.
Figured that out for myself. Why did you throw me the knife?
Well, you're too young to die. And besides, I could use a man like you. Would you be interested?
No, thanks. I work for a man named Kelly.
I pay very well. And the life here is very interesting. Wouldn't you say?
Sure. Only trouble is, it's bound to be a short one. Sooner or later, Maximilian's soldiers are going to catch up with you. And you're going to be in front of a firing squad. No. Thanks, just the same.
Well, just the same, you will help us.
Doing what?
Holding up a stage. Your Senor Kelly, he would never shoot a bandito, would he? If the bandito happens to be you.
Me?
Listo. What's the matter, Luke?
Oh, we got a ditch up yonder.
That's funny. There wasn't a ditch here yesterday.
Come on,
Easy.
Easy, Chalk. Come on, boy.
Easy, boy.
Come on, Maybell.
La calesa está por llegar. ¿Está seguro que el señor se ponga en medio del camino? Mucho cuidado, ¿ah? Es muy vivo. Oh, you forgive me. My friend Juan does not speak any English. So, you will stand in the middle of the road. When the coach comes, you will signal. When your friend recognizes you, he will stop. And now I'm needed elsewhere. I'll be back.
Well, now, don't hurry on my count. We'll get along just fine. You sure you don't speak any English?
Ándale. Ándale.
Kelly! Don't stop! Don't stop! Keep her rolling! Keep her rolling, Kelly! Don't stop! Whoa!
What are you yapping about?
What'd you stop for?
What do you mean, what did I stop for?
It's fortunate for both of you that you did stop, and far more pleasant for me. And now, Senor Kelly, will you please descend? Pronto!
Don't stall him, Mr. Kelly. Diaz would just as soon shoot you as look at you.
Por favor.
Capitán, a fuego asesado.
And now, senor, we will exchange clothes.
Ándale. ¡Al suelo! ¡En el suelo! ¡Suelo!
Well, where is she? Princess Teresa. Speak, you dog. Well, where is she? Pick him up and put him in the coach. She can't be far away. We'll search the countryside.
Ándale.
Oh, Senor Flip. You are all right, no?
See?
Oh, I was so worried about you. Where's Porfirio?
Sort of looks like they caught up with him. He led them a chase so we could get away.
I was afraid that would happen. Well, in any case, you come on. Come on.
Thank you.
Senor Flip, huh? So she's the one got you into this mess.
I don't need anyone to get me into messes. I get into plenty by myself.
Yeah, but you always do a better job when you've got a pretty face to help you along.
Monsieur Kelly, what do you think will happen to us?
Well, I don't know about Flip and me, but my guess is they're either going to hold you for ransom or...
Not ransom, Mr. Kelly. Diaz isn't out for money.
Or it's a political thing. They don't want you to get to Washington.
They want Maximilian to die. They resent being ruled by a foreigner.
That's been the history with quite a few countries.
This is Princess Teresa. Welcome to La Casa de los Bandidos. I am Carlos Fernandez. As you will be with us for some time, you and I should get to know each other quite well. Hmm? Of course, you may prefer the companionship of my compadres, possibly Francisco, or maybe Juan, huh?
My uncle, Maximilian, will have you flogged.
Your uncle has a destiny with death. He will be fortunate if he lives out the year. Take the Americanos upstairs and tie them up. Llévenlos arriba y amárrenlos. Hey.
Pobrecita.
Carlos! What have you learned?
French soldiers are 5 miles south of here, searching every house. They are heading this way.
Then we must leave.
Llegarán a la amanecer.
We shall return to our mountain hideout. But first, more wine.
Carlos, what of the prisoners?
The princess will go with us. Your gringo friends.
Carlos, you can't do that. Diaz said...
Diaz has been captured, probably shot. He's no longer your leader. I am. I personally have some plans for your friends.
Save your strength, Flip. You'll never be able to break a rawhide thong.
Estrelita.
Carlos is planning to kill you. You must leave quickly.
Where's the princess?
Oh, Senor Flip, you cannot take her. She's a political prisoner, and
Diaz and you promised that no harm would come to the princess. You think Carlos will honor that promise?
she's in the room down the hall. Fernando de Peon is guarding the door. Now I must leave.
No, you can't go. Carlos will know. You gotta come with us.
I belong here. Carlos will not harm me. I promise you. Vaya con Dios, Senor Flip.
What a girl like that sees in a fence jumper like you is a puzzle to me.
You figure it out while I go get the princess.
Wild apples. Not much of a breakfast, but it's better than nothing.
Thank you.
How'd the scouting go?
I didn't have any time to do any real scouting. They could be sneaking up on us right now from any one of 1,000 directions.
Bandits?
We'll hide out here today and follow the North Star tonight. I figure we'll reach the border within 5 or 6 days.
We're not going that way, Flip. We're heading south.
But Carlos and his men are between us and the French cavalry.
I know that. We'll sneak past them in the dark.
Mr. Kelly, you know how to run a stage line. But when it comes to Indian tricks, suppose you leave that up to me. Why do you want to go south anyhow?
To get our coach back. You think I'm going to leave it behind?
Forget the coach. Look, I don't want to disillusion you, but you're going to find out sooner or later. We're not very popular around here.
Is that so? Flip, remind me to pin your ears back when we get home. You think a coach and 6 blooded horses is easy to come by?
Business, business. I suppose on your deathbed you'll be wondering who's watching the store.
That's right.
Throw away your gun.
My mistake. That's one direction I didn't think of. That makes 1,001.
The trail was very easy to follow. But to make sure you did not get away, I sent on my men on ahead.
Either travel slow and hide your trail, or you travel fast and don't. We were in a hurry.
I'm going to do you a great big favor. I'm going to let you decide which one of you two dies first, huh?
Well, I think in cases like this, age should have some seniority, so... Well, I hate to break this up, but let's get the princess back.
I can handle it.
Oh, all right. Fine.
Capitan Porfirio Diaz of the Army of Mexico. Are you ready for sentence?
I am ready.
It is the judgment of this court that you are guilty of treason against the government of Mexico and its emperor, Maximilian. I hereby sentence you to death before a firing squad.
It is strange when one considers himself a patriot to be accused of treason.
Capitan, your patriotic zeal has made you ignore the legal aspects of this case. Whether foreign-born or not, Maximilian is the established government of Mexico.
Captain Fortescue, I ask you to rescind the sentence. Too much blood has been shed already.
That is impossible, Your Highness.
Then I order you to let this man go free.
I regret, Your Highness. I take orders only from Maximilian.
I am so sorry. I know you were only doing what you thought was right.
I appreciate your effort, Your Highness. Muchas gracias.
Diaz, how did things go?
For me, not so good. I'm about to be given, how do you say, a dose of lead poisoning?
Well, they can't do that. The princess is safe. We've got her coach back. Why don't you leave things alone?
Do not interfere again, monsieur.
Adios, amigo.
How do you?
Nice fella.
Yeah. What's the matter, Mr. Kelly? You can usually think of something.
We can't fight those soldiers. They may be French, but they represent the Mexican government.
I guess not. Say, Mr. Kelly, did you know I knew how to speak French?
No. Flip, you really can make yourself understood?
Sure I can. Here, catch. See there? Understood every word I said.
Good news, Senor Flip. We intercepted a courier. Oh, the government of Maximilian has fallen and Maximilian has been captured. Juarez is now Presidente of Mexico.
Juarez and President, hey, that's something.
Oh, this is an official order to Maximilian's troops to surrender.
Well, that's wonderful. Not for Diaz, it isn't. He's facing a firing squad right now.
Come on, let's get going.
Fertig! Richten! What's the meaning of this? You are making a mockery of justice.
According to this, you don't have any authority any longer.
What do you mean?
This is to inform you that Maximilian has been executed. If you take my advice, Capitan, you and your men will lose no time in getting across the border, where you can plead for diplomatic asylum.
It's a trick. Move that team and the coach out of the way.
Some of you men understand English. You'll know what I am saying. The government of Maximilian has fallen. Juarez is president. If you execute Diaz, you will be outlaws, all of you.
You will not save him, you meddling fool.
Diaz, I owe you one. Don't worry about the odds, Mr. Kelly. Diaz will make the difference.
Senor Kelly, your news was How do you say? Quite timely.
What are you going to do now, Diaz? Go back to Mexico City?
See, back with Juarez, as an officer in the army.
What about the princess?
She will go back with me as my prisoner. But I'm sure Juarez will pardon her when I explain to him how she tried to save my life. Besides, no Mexican would ever put a senorita that lovely into jail. Now, if you gentlemen will help me with Fortescue. Por favor. Gracias.
Well, what are you stopping for, Flip? Come on, let's wheel back to Amity.
Hacienda de las Petitas. Your Spanish is not very good, huh, Kelly?
No.
Las Petitas doesn't mean young ladies.
No?
It means young ducklings.
Well, what do you know? Hey, get up, man.